I am the music composer for Run Rebel, and my job is to create the soundtrack, underscore any potential songs or any potential music for choreography as well. On this particular project, I didn't actually have to do too much research. The reason being is that I kind of understood the world of the piece. Uh, Often you get a project where you don't understand the world or the language or something, and or something's a little bit esoteric. In which case, it would mean a lot of research and a lot of just kind of trying to get your head around, if it's, for example, a period piece, what the instruments were of that period, what the style was, how how the kind of melodies and how the harmony is put together. So in this case, it was pretty straightforward from that point of view, because I kind of felt like I understood the world straight away from the script, and that's always a joy, because it's like, I can just get straight into expressing and composing, as opposed to kind of researching and thinking about it a lot. I think sound and music is so important. For me, uh, music is sort of the heart of emotion. It's why I really got into music. Is I think music is the quickest and most immediate way to make somebody feel something. Um, and I think when you want to, when you're restricted by time, specifically for, in a theatre show, in a film, or in a TV program, whatever it is, you have to be able to express an emotion very quickly, and music really facilitates that. Like, you can basically subtly, or sometimes not subtly, tell people that, look, this is what you should be feeling, this is how you should be feeling. um, and I think that's the power of music for me, is you can basically very quickly get to the kernel of emotion in any piece very quickly. So the process on this particular production has been meeting with Tessa, the director, and we basically kind of distilled it down to the main themes. So initially, it's been a case of just composing the themes. So, for example, there's a theme for hope. There's a theme for revolution. There's a theme that's like a nightmare, dark theme. Um, and then what I'll probably do is use those themes as a kind of starting point, as a springboard for particular compositional moments. So there might be moments which are less dark than my dark theme, so I'll adapt that to that moment. um, so those themes will run through the piece, but then there'll also be uh, more bespoke, specific compositional moments, where something very, very particular needs to happen. So there'll be those moments, and then there'll be the choreographic moments, which are kind of sync to the choreography, linked to how the choreography is happening. So that's on this project. That's going to be the general process, I think. So the genre is quite a mixed. It's quite mixed, the genres, I guess. There's a lot of traditional Indian sounds, as well as a little bit of Bollywood, but also it's based in the UK, so there's a lot of contemporary UK sounds. Yeah, lots of modern Western production. So for example, there'll be Indian instruments like the bansuri, which is an Indian flute, the Indian violin, which is a traditional violin just played differently. to very contemporary, sub basses, 808 basses, and kind of more hip hop influenced drums. So it's quite a combination of sounds, and also traditional string sections, orchestral sounds as well. So it's there's lots of influences in there. Technology is at the heart of what I do. I mean, this is where I work. This is my studio, and so for this project, I'm working mostly remotely from here, and the way I'm doing it is the rehearsal footage is being filmed, which I'm just on an iPhone or just any phone really, and then I'm being sent the footage, and I'm scoring it effectively like a film. So it's like a clip, and I score it, and I work around the dialogue. I work around what's happening in terms of the action, and then I send back the video with the embedded music, so the director can watch it in place with the music. So it gives them gives an immediate sense of how it's working, how it's feeling. And for choreographic moments, I just work with a lot of click tracking. So if there's no music in the space, then as long as the movement is to some sort of click, to some sort of metronome, then I can sync that up to my kind of project in the studio, and sync it up to my timeline, and then I can compose to the movement. So technology is just has a major influence on how I work.